Alrighty, we are about to get started with our weekend Lumii Live community showcase here on Lumines Arise. I'm Austin. I'm joined by CJ. CJ, you ready to play some Luminous?
I am so ready to play some Luminous going into the weekend. Yes. This is what I need.
Yeah, this Hope Blooms. It's got me pumped. But this, I guess, less so pumped. This is actually getting me in my zen, but it makes me want to play Luminous whenever I look at this stage. So, yeah, we'll hop into it in April playlist, kind of vibe out and cover some strategies, stuff like that, and then ease our way into our multiplayer where it can get a little more hardcore, right, CJ? So,
absolutely, yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
Yeah. So we're hanging out in theater mode right now. We'll hop back into the playlist mode, which, by the way, yeah, you could always make your own custom playlist. Made a few edits to our April activities playlist. I don't know if there's any stages you want to edit in here. You may see a few I added, CJ, but let's see. For I guess for recent reasons, I added the what's the name of the stage here? Zero Gravity at the end. I guess for the Artemis. I was thinking about Artemis recently, but yeah, I also added in globes. Any stages you want to see? Any April vibes you've been feeling so far?
I think you've got them all.
It's pretty good,
actually.
Right? Yeah.
Everything here represents spring pretty well. April vibes, yeah.
Yeah. There were a few others I thought were like on the cusp, but more summer vibes. So we'll get to summer. Give it a few months here, but
it's true.
All right. Yeah, let's just hop in. We'll talk Luminous for a little bit. And yeah, if anyone listening has any questions, welcome in, Trash Man. Feel free to drop them in the chat if you're new to the game, new to the series, because Luminous can be a bit hard to understand at first, right? And we would love to walk you through that if you are new to the game and listening in here. So
it's true.
Just
I don't know if you saw this on social media yesterday. We posted, what one tip helped you understand Luminous more? Not a single person replied to that, but I'm curious. I'm curious what people's answer to that would be in chat. So share the one tip that helped you understand Luminous more than you did previously.
I'm curious what my answer would be for that. I'll think about it.
Yeah,
I'd love to hear somebody else's thoughts before we've thought about this game quite a bit, right? So.
Yeah, we do. And we've thought about, okay, how do you teach somebody how to play Luminous?
Yeah.
Like, what do you tell them?
Hot topic for us recently, yeah.
It's something that we've been thinking about quite a lot.
So we are on the first stage here. Moving kind of slow, but I'm just sticking in the center, so if you're not like tapping really far left and right and kind of sticking in the center, you kind of move quickly more naturally anyways, right?
That's true. Yeah, you're kind of playing in the center 8 squares there of the 16 column playfield.
Yeah, kind of ignoring, I guess, the 3 to 4. Generally, I try to stick to the center, and then if there's no... like I'm thinking like the center 6 almost, right? Or even the 4 here. And if there's no obvious spot, you know, you could always try to move outside of that to keep your board nice and clean. But generally, like... it can be enjoyable to play in the center when you can get that speed, and it's easier to play around this timeline that's going from the left to the right here, right, CJ?
Yep. I totally agree. Also, we've been having a lot of discussions about where the best place is to like place blocks.
Yeah.
Being that when you start playing Luminous, you probably do a lot of placing blocks to the right of the timeline, like right before it clears something. And that is actually detrimental to your play, because then you can't build on the squares that you form, and you might clear some squares, but you're not going to get a whole lot of score for that work that you did.
Right.
And it's a lot of like very just in time, like making squares, but you're like creating a lot of stress for yourself that is unneeded.
Yeah, let's try to emulate that a little bit, right? Which can be hard for me because I've played this game so much. But It's like right now I'm dropping blocks in front of the timeline. It kind of creates like a stress and sense of urgency that's not needed, really, if that makes sense.
Right.
Whereas if I kind of stick to the center and let the timeline come to me, right, makes it a lot easier, and it's easier to find my zen and my flow that way too.
That's true.
Big chain block. So this chain block here, kind of that flashing D-pad looking thing on the block above our playfield. If I place that, it's going to kind of like snake through like a virus and touch every block that the chain block touches here, as we see there.
Right.
Let's get rid of all those, kind of help us survive, and not too much like score that comes with that. Although the cascade effect can lead to score, right, and help you with combos.
For sure.
That's
The
more
cascade
about
effect with chain blocks, I think, is pretty big because depending on what state your playfield's in, you could be set up for a really nice follow-up to that.
right. Okay. Trying to remember our playlist here. What do we got? Oh yeah, On Eggshells.
Very nice. Although we're past Easter now, so
yeah,
maybe
so
On Eggshells is...
we had a duplicate On Eggshells earlier, but just only one now. Still got the birds hanging out.
Welcome on in, got your sauce.
Heyo.
Trashman asking, is a Luminous Supernova remaster or port theoretically possible?
I'll let you answer that one.
I mean, theoretically, what isn't possible?
Right.
I mean, but I think that game has licensed music. I think part of the reason that Lumines Arise is all original music is so that we don't have to worry about music licensing anymore. I would not expect a Luminous Supernova remaster. Keep those expectations in check. Supernova also, I think, is maybe one of the least known Luminous games in the series. Not many people are like Supernova stans, although Supernova has some interesting ideas. That's the first place where you see the term dig down, although Supernova's dig down is very different from dig down in Arise, which actually I like Arise's version of dig down much better, but that's me.
I do know it is a popular game amongst like the hardcore players, right? The Lumines players.
Well, absolutely.
It's a fan favorite.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't zoned.
We need more. We need more hardcore Luminous players, though. Like,
oh yeah.
You know.
Yeah, we want to get more people over that hump, right? People love Lumines Arise, and I've been ranting and raving about it, but more so for the vibes, right? And not saying, you know, players do. It does click for a lot of you out there, but I feel like it could click better. I don't know how to put it, but you know, that's not that's something you can always improve on, right? And we've been thinking about it a lot.
Yeah, we have been thinking about it a lot. Because you're right. There are people, myself included. You know, I've been playing Luminous for 20 years, and I only recently, after starting to work on Arise, realized that I didn't really know how to play Luminous. And I think part of the wake-up call with Arise is these grades that you get per area, right? Like, if you play the way that you've always thought you should play Luminous from back in the PSP days, and you get a C in Journey, you're like, wait, what am I doing wrong? I've been playing Luminous this way for 20 years. Like, what is not correct? But, so it's a bit of a wake-up call for some Luminous loyal fans, myself included. But you can get over that hump. I've certainly started to get even more into the gameplay as we've been working on this video, which we've been talking how many streams in a row?
Right.
We've been working on it for a long time, but like really trying to dig into, okay, how do we explain all the mechanics so that it clicks with people instead of sort of remaining on that. I'm going to play to the right of the timeline, make 1 or 2 squares per timeline pass, and I'm enjoying playing because the vibes are so good and the music's so good, but I'm not getting any better. So yeah, that's the difficulty.
All right, our board's getting a little messy. I've been not using the burst, just vibing out here, but we have that max number, or the max wording above our timeline, which means we can have the most time in the burst. If I press our burst button here, now I want to kind of keep making this, you know, where the flashing number is, that's our largest square. We want to continue making that into an even larger perfect square. That's going to kind of get rid of everything on our playfield here.
That's right. You're doing a pretty good job there of building up the top and one of the sides, which is definitely the way to go in burst.
And we're back to ground 0 here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the way that I was playing before, I would maybe get the combo up to like... I don't even want to say, it's kind of embarrassing. Maybe like X8, maybe 1 or 2 times 12s, but not often when playing to the right of the timeline. But now that we've been working on this video and I've been like improving my own Luminous skills, I can get up to 16 pretty easily.
Yeah, I'm trying to stack to the right now, and it's just like so much more movement.
Yeah.
If I try to play as slow as I am in the center, it's just...
You just can't.
You can't.
It takes too long.
Yeah.
It takes too long. And for somebody like me, who that was just the way that I played for 20 years, like, yeah, it's different.
So if you play like effectively in the center, you barely you don't have to tap left or right. It's more about your rotations.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and some players, what was the 4 wide only?
Yeah.
Who only plays in a space in the middle 4 columns. I'm just amazed by that.
Yeah,
but it proves that it can be done, and that it can be done very skillfully.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we're saying the beginner players have to do that, but
No.
certainly a better way to think about the playfield and the timeline that you weren't shown by any Luminous tutorial previously.
Now, I like to mess up my board a little bit before I go in the burst. There we go. I noticed it in our last stream, but there's lightning in the burst, so if you go with the cloud here, every time you drop a block, yeah, the lightning pops in there, which is cool.
That's amazing. I love that. So many little fun graphical touches and flares in this game.
We like our pure sun column here.
Yeah.
I almost don't want to get rid of it with this chain block. I want to throw it else.
I know. No kidding.
Go over there. We're going to keep that. I think it was Trash Man referring to... I don't know if I'd call this a bucket. It's more like a grain silo at this point. But let's see.
Trashman saying old Luminous tutorials weren't that bad. I'm curious, Trashman, what game did you start? What entry did you start playing Luminous with? Did you start with Supernova? Is that where you asked that question?
ooh, I'm in the mood for this stage today. Sometimes I just feel the music, or you know what I mean. Every other day you have a different. You're wired a little different. At least I am, and sometimes, I guess when it comes to Lumines Arise or even our other games, where we have a pretty wide ranged soundtrack, some of the songs just hit different on different days for me.
Very true.
Yeah.
So same. Trashman saying they got good at Luminous with Electronic Symphony.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I was getting that confused with Supernova, where Electronic Symphony is a fan favorite, is what I was thinking. Yeah.
That is definitely a fan favorite, and that's on the Vita.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is a great little system. Supernova's on the PlayStation 3.
That's right.
Park Smush saying, I haven't played Luminous since PSP. They mentioned Dreamcast. I don't think Luminous was on the Dreamcast. Started on PSP.
Had Rez on the Dreamcast, yeah.
Of course, yeah, Tetsuya Mizuguchi of Enhance did quite a few Dreamcast titles.
So I can understand why you might think that.
Yeah.
Iconic Dreamcast games from Mizuguchi.
From Miz, yeah.
Space Channel 5.
Yep. Sega Rally. Rez, yeah. Good stuff.
I was thinking about it the other day. I would love... I have a lot of retro consoles. I don't have a Dreamcast, though.
Oh, Dreamcast.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm not sure how the hardware holds up, right? Like, if it has any hardware issues, but I was thinking about getting one recently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think you can, mod Dreamcast pretty well. Like, I've seen people who have modded Dreamcast where the disk drive is sort of hollowed out and it's now just a memory card slot. Because the disk drive is really the tough thing with that machine. That it was very loud. Took a while to spin up. So Parksmush saying, big fan of Resin Tetris. First time seeing this.
Ooh, okay.
Wow, first time seeing Luminous Arise, really? All
missing
right.
out. Yeah, we're happy to answer any questions you may have about it. But it's pretty much, how do I put it? So, of course, we had the OG Luminous on PSP, right? And then Enhance worked on Tetris Effect, which was inspired by Luminous, and I feel like Arise is more inspired by Tetris Effect, kind of coming full circle there, right, CJ?
Yeah, completely. I mean, in the history of it, Luminous on the PSP came to be because Tetsuya Mizuguchi couldn't get the license for Tetris at the time to make on the PSP, but really wanted to make a puzzle game that could be played on the go with the PSP.
Blessing in disguise, because I love this game.
Yeah.
I love both games.
And then later, of course, Enhance got the license to use Tetris for Tetris Effect, and now this kind of coming back with the same sort of vibes and feel of Tetris Effect, but applying it to Luminous. God, y'all saw saying if only it were on Switch. Luminous Remastered is on Switch, though. You can play Luminous on Switch, and I do quite regularly.
Yeah, Luminous Remastered I've played almost entirely on the go. Something about it. Yeah.
Yeah, same. Although I owned it on PS4 also.
Yeah, I think PS4 was the first one Wait, no, which? Oh, maybe it was. Yeah, I got the 100% on the PS4 version.
Okay.
which is a hard game. It takes a while to 100% because of the puzzle mode can take quite a while. Which is a good thing. It's like my
I have
daily
not
zen.
even attempted puzzle mode. Park Smush clarifying, it was on the 360 that I first played Luminous, not the Dreamcast. That was for Jet Set Radio. Yes. Jet Set Radio. AKA Jet Grind Radio in the US.
Wait, there was different names for the region?
Yeah, it wasn't called Jet Set Radio. It was called that in Japan, but in the US it was called Jet Grind Radio, and then Jet Set Radio Future on the Xbox.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Was that game in the slew of, I know Sega was like kind of revisiting Crazy Taxi and games like that?
Yeah, it is in that lineup.
Oh, okay.
Yes. But they have not released
No
that
gameplay
game
or anything?
yet. I don't think so, no.
Oh,
Yeah, there
track.
is supposed to be a reboot of Jet Set Radio. Has not appeared yet.
Feeling this track today, CJ.
This is a good track too. Yeah. I mean, I love the whole soundtrack. Honestly, like.
So yeah, I noticed last time we were playing this. Look at all the little people on the right there. I'm like, oh, I didn't even realize there's people hanging out in this level.
Yeah.
It's fine. Yeah, Luminous Rise here. So easy to vibe out in the journey mode. We made a custom playlist for the spring, and I think that's part of the reason we're kind of vibing with it. I'm getting good vibes with good weather.
It's true. And you can take the soundtrack with you if you like. Now available on Bandcamp and streaming on all the major streaming services.
Yep. Yeah, if you manage to miss that news. The soundtrack also has quite different like masterings of these tracks or versioning. So, for example, there's some that are quite different. Like Goldfish Tango is definitely more like jazzy, right? Trying to think of some other big ones that differ the most from like in-game, right? Where we kind of let Hydelic and
Takako Ishida.
thank you. Yes, Ishida-san. Go wild with it, right?
Yeah, and they definitely did. Like all of the vocal tracks on the soundtrack have like an extra verse usually. Yeah. Part of it is that you are controlling the soundscape. A lot of people don't realize that a lot of the instrumentation in the music of this game is controlled by you in the stage.
Yeah.
So when making the soundtrack, they have to like create that into a specific song, a bespoke song.
Right. So
that's why the soundtrack came out later than the game. It's because those tracks weren't, all buttoned up and packaged like they would be on a regular video game soundtrack.
Right. Like these little sound effects when the timeline clears our squares here, like a little jingle there, right? Like those weren't. If we just sit here, there's nothing happening. So there's no music in a way, or no like sound effects that kind of build upon the music. So when so when they did remaster these tracks, they have to take that into account and kind of do that for you.
Yeah, you can really notice it if you go into the settings and turn off music.
Let's do it for science
Then
here.
you can tell, audio.
Just leave on SFX.
Music volume all the way down.
It almost sounds like, it is almost music, right?
Yeah, it is
exactly.
almost music, but it's a very different experience. Because, you're hearing the non-music sound effects.
On this stage in particular, this is a great example of a stage where There's so many little sound effects with these ping pong balls and our moons and Earth.
Yep. Oh, yes, the moon.
Oh, yeah.
An Artemis 2 reference.
Yeah, that whole thing was pretty cool to follow with the
Oh, yeah.
just the modern times of like it being live streamed and stuff like that. Just like, oh, that's pretty
Yes.
sick.
Park Smush asking, will this be hitting the Meta VR headsets? We've not announced any other platforms outside of PlayStation 5 and Steam where you can play in optional VR if you have a VR headset that works with Steam, which includes some of the Meta headsets. You can connect them up to your PC, but in terms of like a native port, there's nothing to announce on that front. But of course, playing in VR is a great experience. It's a very different experience than playing on a TV. Especially that last stage, that globe stage, the sphere stage. In VR, you can look down and see even more of those globes kind of bouncing around.
I want to try the opposite now. Music only. No sound effects.
Oh, okay.
It's just crazy how much they complement each other, right?
I know, right?
Now it's just like a kind of a raw, housey beat if you don't have these sound effects in there.
Yeah. Nice chain block. That was really good. Yeah, it's almost like you're missing something out
Right.
of
It feels
that turning
it feels
off sound effects.
Yeah.
It does.
I haven't done this too often. Yeah.
Just shows you how integral all that stuff is.
Right. And the team put a lot of time into making that as part of the craft, right, for the journey mode. So
it really is.
it's a key component. It's weirding me out too much, CJ. I got to put it on before I go crazy.
Okay.
Options goofed up there. There we go.
Nice.
All right, we're back.
Okay, we got a genuine question from Trash Man. It says, why does Ancient Scales Zero Gravity sound like a Rez song?
Good question.
I'm not sure.
Well,
Except, Hydelic did music
Yep.
for Area X. So maybe that's the reason? Definitely has has a similar vibe.
yeah, and even before that, Hydelic and Mizuguchi-san had a relationship, right? So I think there's definitely, across all our titles, you're going to get some similar vibes, I feel like.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's been a little while since I played Arise in VR. I should boot up my PSVR 2 headset and
Yeah,
play some in
agreed. I've
VR.
mostly played on Steam, personally. Oh. There we go. Gotta register my B rank.
third time's the charm.
Okay. Let's hop into, we were talking about hopping into mission mode for a little bit, maybe covering some Luminous strategies. We wanted to focus
Sure.
a little bit, just have a little theme, playing around the timeline, stuff like that. So I guess what we mean by that, we'll just start with the basic mission. Do we have multiple blocks here? Oh, only one block. But
One block, but it tells you what to do with the quarter block.
yeah. So yeah, if
Sounds
you
a
are
good
new
one
to
for that.
Luminous, definitely check out these missions. It's kind of meant to intuitively teach you how to think about certain block types, right? Because you can just continually retry these missions if you fail. And they start off pretty straightforward. This is an excellent example, right? So you have this corner block and like kind of a staircase set up here with the blue circles. And it's like, what would you do with this, right? And sometimes the best way to learn things is to intuitively like challenge yourself so that it sticks, right? And it's not that obvious. But generally, like, if you see a 3, like, this will plop anywhere, right? You can put it there. But also what mission mode teaches you is, like, it wants to show you the optimal place to put it, right? So really you can make the most squares. You can make 3 squares by placing it here. Kind of like closing in the stairs there. But, yeah, and maybe we can do a later one where we're talking about playing with the time. Well, so playing with the timeline, CJ. Maybe we can just do it here on this this combo. Well, yeah, to achieve combos, you want to be able to play with the timeline, right? So our timeline's going from left to right with the tempo here. And generally, we want to stick to the center. And when the timeline passes the center, we start stacking. So I'll wait one more time. It's going to pass. There we go. And then when it passes again, like, keep it simple. I had to be 4 inputs there, CJ, right? But if you're playing with the timeline, it allows you to stack cleanly, and you don't have to move too fast because you're not like here. For example, you're not tapping super fast left and right, like, not trying to do this kind of stuff, right, where it's like taxing on you.
Right.
And if you want to achieve the same results, where you saw me moving pretty slow at first, right, it's going to tax a little bit.
Definitely, yeah.
Anything to add to that, like just general tips there, playing with the timeline?
No, I think, playing to the left of the timeline is good in the center. And then if you need to use the edges of the screen, I think it's, favorable to use those edges for blocks you don't want to deal with yet. Mm-hmm. Whether it's like a color that isn't the one that you want, or you have a checker piece, checker block that you don't want to deal with, you put it in the corner. Deal with it later.
Right. But yeah, try to like I like to set up a center friendly to one color, so I'm preparing myself to drop a bunch of purple diamond blocks here in the center, right? And then, if I have a piece that doesn't accommodate that, although I'm getting every piece that accommodates it, so it's kind of awkward.
Every single piece.
Which is a good thing too. But so in this situation, we have a really nice setup for blue circles to touch against this wall, right? So as soon as the timeline too slow. As soon as the timeline passes, I would have gone for it. I could do it here too, right? Like, we're accommodated for blue circles. And to keep it easy on myself with time pressure, I just wait for that timeline to pass the center, and it's easy. Then if you focus on one color, everything's going to cascade or like fall down like it just did, and the next combo is going to be super easy because you've been focused on one color, then the next color naturally or usually will fall down after that, right?
Yeah.
So it helps you with both, in a way, like score and survival, right? Like, that's kind of the key to Luminous, is knowing how to finding that pattern recognition to easily keep your board clean, and then playing with the timeline does help you with survival, because if you can move a little faster to make these efficient patterns, right, your board's going to be very low most of the time.
Yeah.
If you do it effectively. That's easier said than done, right? But that's part of the challenge. So
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
So maybe there's some challenges here that will be good to practice playing with the timeline. I think one basic challenge that might be good for that is heavy snow, just because you can focus on one color, if that makes sense. So this challenge favors our snow blocks here. So if we want to just practice playing with the snow blocks every time this timeline passes, it should be fairly easy to do, right?
Yeah.
It's probably a good intro stage to practice.
That's true.
Yeah.
I think it is. Very good way to practice.
So we don't even need to alternate colors here. I think a good thing to do generally is to we'll stack with the snow blocks, and then typically that means, okay, since all these snow blocks are clearing, we're going to have more of these walnut blocks, right? But here we could just focus on one color and just focus playing around the timeline.
Yep.
And get some big combos while we're at it, so it's pretty chill.
Yeah, and if you haven't gone into the training mission or the mission mode and seen the training missions, or the one tab over to go to challenges to see these challenges, I think everybody should, because some of these really focus on aspects of the Luminous mechanics that are somewhat underserved, or that if you're having trouble having certain mechanics click with you, playing the challenges can really help.
For sure. Look at these towers that formed. Oh my god, it just made... We didn't touch those towers, and it just made... We got really lucky there. I've never seen that. It just formed 3 towers on the 3 left columns and made a massive clear.
That was great.
That was funny.
That was great, yeah.
What are the odds of that? So I'm pretty sure it's just random.
Real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Also, this stage in general is just so great to vibe out on. This is a big ASMR energy here.
So got our giant
Trash
squares.
Man saying, "Wonder if it's possible to clear this challenge without erasing any of the walnuts." I don't think so.
It's an interesting idea. Well, I have no stress Luminous on, so I might be cheating a little bit. But
yeah.
Which, by the way, yeah. So I usually do that just to chill out, because I definitely am good at puzzle games, but I also like to find my zen and relax with puzzle games, right? So
yeah.
Oftentimes I usually have no stress Luminous on. It doesn't count your scores towards the leaderboard, so if you're really trying to lock in and get into a high score, maybe don't turn that on. But if you're just vibing out like we are here today, go into accessibilities, and you can there's 3 no stress Luminous types. Maybe we can just pull up the options, honestly.
Sure.
Maybe barricade might help if you play with the timeline. There might be some times where the barricades are on the side here. I haven't played this one in a while.
Yeah, I haven't either.
So
no stress Luminous.
Yeah, type 1, you turn off gravity. Type 2, you can't top out, and type 3 is both. And I usually just chill out in type 3 and kind of sandbox it a little bit.
Katya Sauce is heading out. Thanks for stopping in. Have a good one.
Enjoy your weekend. Oh, I like that one.
Oh, all right. I also like the barricade. You can place blocks on top of it and they don't fall down. So like block splitting doesn't work.
Yeah.
Further down.
I guess our blocks are going to fall down eventually here.
They are once the barricade is out. Yeah.
But there's some where, they're like almost like Donkey Kong platforms or something like that, where...
Yeah, totally.
Like this, yeah. Oh, yeah, I guess you can split against these barricades. That's cool.
You can split against the barricades, yeah.
So in a way, this will kind of teach you...
So, hey, yeah, maybe this challenge is good to teach block splitting.
Yeah.
Which also is a very important concept.
This is the one you were thinking of here, yeah.
There we go, yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah, it makes you think about the playfield differently. Mix up your strategy.
Well, now we have to play the right timeline here, CJ.
Yeah, you do. Kind of forced into that. Yeah. Actually, that would be a very interesting mode where the blockade is moving with the timeline.
Interesting.
So you can't place anything to the right of it?
That'd be cool for like a tutorial or something.
That would be interesting.
Like, yep. you have
a moving blockade.
Yeah, you're forcing the player to play to the left of the timeline just for practice. It'd be kind of cool, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, got a cat looking at our block here.
Trashman saying, pretty sure in Luminous 2, which is on the PSP, there's a challenge mode where the height of the board is reduced. Is there?
It's reduced.
Okay. The playfield reduced?
I guess that's kind of what this is doing
that.
indirectly. Or I guess,
Yeah.
similar. It's similar.
Similar, yeah.
Oh.
Blockade right in the center,
Yeah.
so now you can't play in the center.
I just want to stack on these platforms just because I never have the opportunity in regular Luminous. Yeah, we're saying like indirectly these challenges may teach you some things, but also they're just for fun, right? So I don't think everything in the challenge mode is necessarily, a tutorial, but more often than not, it's going to teach you something. Like the colorful challenge, for example, the 3-color, that won't apply anywhere else in Luminous.
That's true. Yeah.
I think the one that kind of you have to play around the timeline the most is probably Goldfish Bowl.
Yeah.
Just because, well, this forces you to play in the center, and you have to be cognizant of the timeline here because it's slower moving. To the point where if you're trying to survive, you have to play with the timeline properly so that the block's actually clear, right? So slow tempo stages can be seen as easier sometimes, but the challenge of a slow tempo stage is because the timeline moves slower, it takes longer to clear your blocks, right? Oh, maybe I should do this one without no stress on because that's part of the challenge here.
It's true.
Yeah, we'll reset this. Yeah, with this higher gravity.
Yeah, this challenge in particular shows you maybe some of the negatives of a slower moving timeline.
Yeah. It'll certainly be felt. If you haven't played this challenge, you'll see momentarily why that is. Once it's going to kind of close in even further, and we'll have an even more limited space to play with. And this is a tough challenge.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's expert for a reason.
Yeah, it's one of the later expert ones. Definitely take your time on this one.
Look at all the mini goldfish swimming around.
Yeah. That reminds me of the Deep in Tetris Effect.
Is that in Goldfish Tango in Journey mode? The little goldfish?
I don't know, actually. I don't think so.
It's the first time I've noticed that. I don't think they are.
Well, it is called Goldfish Bowl.
Journey. It is called Goldfish Bowl.
It's just silly how we've played this. We played this mode on stream like multiple times too, and just little things we always notice each time we play.
Yeah. Because your playfield gets smaller and smaller.
Yeah. I'm gonna take my time a little bit here. Gotta use that chain block. Help us clear out. Also on this one, you gotta block splitting is your friend because you're putting less into a small space, which means you're not filling up your board quite as quickly.
Yeah.
Which gives you more room to work with. I'm gonna wait for the timeline to pass before I drop here.
Yeah. Block splitting works a little bit differently in Arise than it does in remastered, especially when you're at the top of the playfield.
Yeah, it's a little more forgiving in that sense.
Yeah.
Oh man, this one's always hard. But you have to also know when to drop when the timeline's about to pass, because you have to clear blocks every time it passes on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. Use a chain block. Ah! Ooh. Oh no, I failed. That's a hard one.
It is a hard one.
All right. But give that a try. Yeah, to get through that, you have to master block splitting and just knowing where the timeline is and trying to, maximize the clears of the timeline. So if you can clear that, you're probably a pro when it comes to the playing with the timeline and the block splitting, right, CJ?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, we're getting into our latter half hour here. I think we can probably spend the majority of our remaining time in multiplayer. If anyone here wants to play, we'll hop into Burst Battle at the latter end. Maybe we can host a lobby or hop into ranked and see who we get. But generally, we like to start off with a single player, at least I do, just to kind of ease my way into that multiplayer, which a lot of people may not know is there's a lot of just cool single player leaderboard modes in the leaderboard league here if you want to compete, compete on the leaderboards, right? And also Quick Burst, which is an excellent mode to practice that burst mode we were talking about. We didn't cover too much burst today because we were kind of chilling in the playlist mode, but burst is huge when it comes to burst battle, so definitely recommend hopping in here.
Yes. Yeah, this is just kind of a nice sandbox in which to play, whether it's you want to practice burst or you just want to vibe out, not worry about your score or anything like that. Just kind of enjoy the mechanics of Luminous.
So yeah, this mode will go on forever unless you press that burst button. So let's see. When I burst, I like to just kind of you want your board to be messy, just so you have more resources to work with when you enter that burst. You want to explain why that is, CJ? Why would you want more?
Well, because when you trigger burst, blocks of the opposite color or pattern fly to the top of the screen as you start to make your burst square larger. So I believe it's every 10 squares, or when you achieve an incrementally larger perfect square, then all the blocks of the opposite color will fly up to the burst queue. And if you have a messy playfield, it kind of does that automatically for you and creates an even larger burst as you go. So you don't really have to do as much work as you would if you're building it from nothing.
Right. And the nice thing about burst too, I'm leaving it on this freeze frame for a moment because when it sends up those blocks of the opposing pattern, they're all about to come falling down after, right? So we had the feather burst, right, where we're kind of building around the feather block, and all the eggs were shooting up, and then they all fall down, and you get a massive combo afterwards, right, where our birds are still jumping around here. But that's also huge for burst battle, because that follow-up combo can be a big attack and help you get your burst charged again, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We'll go for one more burst here. You can even be a little deliberate, like if I know I want to go into an egg burst, I'll try to have a majority of egg blocks in the middle here to start my burst. So the best way to do that is utilize corner blocks that are majority egg.
Yep.
I was just thinking through what I was saying there. I'm like, I don't think I've ever said a sentence like that before, but yeah.
Exactly.
New sentence.
But you can set up your playfield to be to get the largest burst possible from the beginning. And there are people on our Discord that have taken that to an extreme.
Yeah.
And if you're not on the Discord,
Hop on in.
discord.gg/enhance, and check out some of the clips that everybody shares in the Luminous chat channel. Some really impressive stuff, I gotta say.
So yeah, we kind of set ourselves up for an egg burst. Let's see if we can break at least 200 here. Pretty good start.
How many eggs will you break?
See how many
a pretty big egg.
little birds we can have on the end here. Okay, just barely broke 200.
201. All right.
All right.
Nice.
This is a nice one to just sit in after and watch the birds run around there. All right. And then our score will populate against the wall there if you want to come back and beat your score. If you head to the data menu, you can see your best scores, and then check out the Quick Burst has a daily leaderboard, so there's a good chance you can make it to the podium or top 10 there if you get a. Oh, looks like we barely broke top 10 there.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be pretty challenging.
Yeah.
A 559. Oh man. All right. That person's setting it up.
Yes, they're setting it up.
Yeah. Yeah. Whole playfield is what, 555?
Yep, that's right. And then again, above that, you have to clear squares of the opposing pattern, so you have to throw some speed at it too. Not easy.
Right. Right. Not easy. Yes.
Leaderboard League, though. So we have the time attack modes. Very straightforward. Clear as many squares as you can within the time frame. 60 seconds being more of a burst, and 300 more testing your consistency. So we'll hop into 60 second is usually where you find me if you see me playing Lumines Arise.
And I see you have the setting there for the tutorial blocks in Leaderboard League, which is the way that I do it as well.
Yeah. So just for the record here, the default block, using the same as the journey mode stage, which is fine. Kind of going to the developer's vision here with, leading into that vibe that's meant to be shown with the stage. But a lot of the players that like to kind of have nice visibility and, really want to hone in on their skill, right? That maybe the tutorial block can help with readability for one, and for two, it's also a block type in the burst battle tiebreaker, so it's a good way to practice this block type. So same principle applies here with, playing with the timeline is going to be your friend when it comes to getting the most out of Leaderboard League. You can move as fast as, you can have huge key presses per minute, and it doesn't really matter if you're not stacking. I'm moving here, CJ, but nothing's really happening.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. It's like, all right, my playfield's filling up. I'm getting some squares, but it's not really going to get me a big score here. And I feel like I'm kind of moving around fast, right? But at what cost? My board's about to fill up. It's going to get awkward. It's getting messy.
Your board is a checkerboard pattern.
Already.
Really. Yeah.
And that will get you so far. Like, we've cleared a good amount of squares doing that, but it'll only get you so far, right? Generally, I recommend, if you're trying to improve at the game, just really try to hone in on playing around that timeline. And then once you do kind of pick up on the speed and the key presses and stuff, you'll be crushing it. So,
true. When you say play around the timeline, mostly play to the left of the timeline if you can.
Yeah. So waited for the timeline to pass, as I do want to play on the left of it, right? Kind of do that on repeat.
Yep.
I'll slow it down a little bit. So, there we go.
You make it look so easy.
Played a lot of Luminous.
Austin. Yeah.
Let's see. So let's wait for that timeline. We're gonna start working again on the blue square. Then maybe alternate. Actually, we have a nice chain block here. We could probably get rid of most of these blocks if we wanted to. Oh, that's actually poor timing for me.
You accidentally split your chain.
Yeah. chain block clears unfortunately don't count for block clears or any 2x2 squares, but it'll help kind of clean your board up, and then it may create like a nice sandwich effect when it clears all the blocks of that type, right? Following, and you'll clear a bunch of squares after the chain block clears.
For sure.
Also, one thing I want to note is you kind of want to make a nice base generally when you're going for time attack mode. So to do that, really I'm just color matching right here. As you can see, matching purple diamonds with each other, and if you look at that, we have a really nice base to work with to get a lot of square clears within one timeline sweep. So right when it passed, that was 2 block drops, and we have a massive square already, right? And to get really high scores in this mode, it's all about getting that huge, perfect square, whether it's a 3x3 or a 4x4, as they're going to be exponentially higher value towards your square clears.
It's true. So yeah, Luminous is all about making those squares, but building onto them. Not doing separate 2x2 squares.
Yeah.
Because the game is counting the 2x2s that make up the area you're clearing.
Yeah.
So a 3x3 is 4 2x2 squares that can fit inside.
We'll get one fast. I'll give it a fast attempt here.
Okay, fast attempt.
Okay. I think generally I'll be playing along the timeline here, or trying to at least. Could be doing a better job, getting a little messy, but don't stress when it gets a little messy. Generally things work out.
It's true. Yeah, don't worry too much about a misdrop. It's not nearly as bad as you're thinking. There's always another block coming right after that can help clean your playfield up.
All right, 104.
104.
Doesn't look like I'm PB ready today, but sometimes you wake up on the right side of the bed and you are Luminous ready. But okay, so that's time attack, and then dig down, a mode we always love to talk about and play here. More about kind of keeping your board nice and clean is the goal here.
And using those chain blocks when they come up. So you're given a chain block at regular intervals, just time intervals. So you want to try to keep things in rows, like Austin is demonstrating.
I'm trying to get a giant chain block here for you, CJ.
That would be really cool. Yes.
What do we got? Hopefully it's blue. It is blue. Okay. So we're gonna plop this right here. Ooh.
Very nice. Nicely done. Trashman saying, for the newbies, check out videos of 200 plus square records in 60-second time attack. They're good examples to learn from. Yeah, I think that's a good shout right there too.
And they may be playing quite fast, but the nice thing about when you're watching those videos, just try to like think through their thought process and notice how they're playing so quickly. They tend to be playing in the center. They're not like, how do I put it? They're not, super tapping, hyper tapping, or anything like that. But you can also, slow down the video, pause, and just kind of see what they're thinking a little bit if you're that kind of visual learner.
Yeah, definitely. And one other way to do that is go into the playlist mode and watch a couple stages in theater mode.
Yeah.
Which it has the CPU play, and you can customize the way that the CPU is playing, whether they're combo focused or square focused, and the speed at which they play, so you can slow it down a little bit and just watch how the game AI is playing. Yeah, the great thing about Dig Down, you know, it adds a line of garbage to the bottom of the screen every so often and pushes everything up. And if you're just learning, like, down stacking is a really good skill to have, and this mode definitely teaches you how to do that, or it lets you practice that skill of down stacking.
Yeah, and this mode will scale to your skill level, right? Starting out, if you're a bit slower, it's going to stay slower. But yeah, the more squares you clear, the faster it gets. Every kind of is like 100 square checkpoints, right? So I think we've leveled up twice now, and it's going to get a little faster. And I need to always, it always catches up to me when I'm not paying attention, as it is right now. But
Yep.
And yeah, chain blocks are your friend here. They're going to help you survive.
Big time.
Do
yeah.
general color matching, usually square block will come in clutch, or a chain block, excuse me.
Yep.
Which we should be getting soon. There is a little timer in the bottom left under the piece preview.
Ooh.
Oh.
No.
Right on the limit there. Okay. Well, we gotta at least clear this up.
And now things are getting even faster.
Yeah. I always get hyped when it gets faster. If only I was playing faster earlier.
Yep.
I like when you combo when it's faster because it keeps the beat going because there's like combo sound effect.
Yep.
That's really hype.
Almost time for another chain block.
Please save me, chain block. Colors are gonna be
purple.
Purple, okay. Oh, well, we have a good purple opportunity. I gotta be quick here, actually. There we go.
Nicely done.
It can almost be worth it to stop for a second and be like, how can I use this chain block? Because it'll clear a lot of blocks for you.
It's true.
Yeah. I don't see any way to get this next row going, unfortunately.
No.
As you see, I kind of had like a checker pattern across that whole row, so I couldn't clear down.
Yeah.
All right, that's pretty good though. 460.
460 is good, yeah.
It's 500 Dugong points there for our Week in Loomii Live.
Excellent. Okay.
And of course, you get currency. You get Pwn to use towards the. If you take it to the Loomii Pawn area here, you can spin for unlocks and customization. Unfortunately, on this account, we've done a lot of spinning and have everything now. But yeah, you can get a lot of titles, a lot of different avatar types, and really customize your Loomii to flex on the leaderboards, or to use the chill out and journey mode.
And you are using the Dugong head.
I
That
am.
is the avatar reward for
Yes.
successful completion of the community goal this weekend.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we can hop into burst battle
Nice.
for some of our remaining time here. CJ always likes to suggest that if you are new to burst battle, hop in that local match first. You can play against a computer player.
Yeah.
I'll dial it down a little bit so we can kind of chill out. Computers are pretty
It's
good.
just because people are really good at Luminous, and if you dive into burst battle against a real player, like in ranked mode, you're probably gonna get schooled pretty quick.
So we'll practice against Dave the Diver here. Dave versus our Dugong. It's a good matchup.
Yeah.
Let's see. You can also
Who will
change
be
your
King of the Sea.
the level that you want to use in burst battle. I like to generally go on random because I like the excitement of seeing what stage is going to pop up. But if you have a stage in particular you feel you're better on, like a slower tempo stage, fast tempo, or just your favorite stage is outright, if you want to continually vie with chameleons, you know, pick that stage.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm feeling. What did I say I was feeling earlier during our playlist? It was Winding Road. I was feeling Winding Road today.
Winding Road.
Yeah.
It's a good, very good one. Very good track.
So we should start on that if we're on the left side. Yeah. So burst battle, it's in the name. To kind of take out your opponents here, you really want to make nice use of that burst, because that's where the majority of your attack power comes from. And what I mean by attack power is when you create squares, it's going to send these purple garbage blocks to the other side, right? So Dave is attacking us and crushing us right now, so we gotta speed up a little bit. But if you clear squares against the garbage blocks, you can slowly get rid of them. So you can play defensive in that regard if you're being overwhelmed.
Yeah, it strikes me that we're gonna have to do an even longer video about burst battle.
Oh yeah.
We haven't even touched the burst battle part of our video plans yet, but it's gonna be fun when we do. It's gonna be a whole lot to talk about. Honestly, it is a complicated mode. You have to understand burst to really like get your head around burst battle. Although, you know, you can set up a custom lobby with standard Luminous rules and you don't have to worry about burst at all.
Yeah, you could do that. Or really turn down the computer level. Computer you can get to be pretty tough in this game for any skill level player.
Yes.
Yeah.
I usually have it around 4 or so. CPU level to 4.
One thing about
what
the
is
computer,
this, 10?
Yeah.
8?
10.
This is a 10? Okay.
Or no, this is 5, I'm sorry.
This is 5, alright.
One thing about the computer, though, is they tend to be quick, but they're not always the best at the burst mechanic, so you can take advantage with, like, getting that large, perfect square here.
Yeah,
Like, Dave's even playing faster than me here, but we're kind of doing alright just because we're excelling in this burst mode. Big cloud.
Yeah. Boom.
Sorry, Dave.
Little ancient scales. 0 gravity.
Yeah, Ancient Scales being the name of the official soundtrack title name, right? And then,
Yep.
Zero Gravity being the stage name.
That is correct.
Let's see if we can get a large burst here. So I'm going to set it up by just kind of stacking a lot.
Definitely catching up to Dave. Dave gonna have 128.
Oh, sorry, Dave.
Austin with a 255. Nice.
Alrighty.
That messed up Dave.
Yeah, I did. I was not feeling, I didn't want to hold back because he was being mean to me in that first round. Yeah, that was just a local play, and like CJ said, actually, You can change the settings. You could turn off burst entirely if you're playing locally with a friend or something and you just want to kind of vibe out in regular Luminous. Or you can go the complete opposite way, make it so you're always in burst, make that burst counter last longer. I'm sorry, you can build the burst quicker, have it last longer, slow down the falling speed, turn on more chain blocks, kind of have this super anime battle that never ends if you want to go that route.
Eventually it will end.
Yeah. I don't know if anyone here wants to play with us. Let's see if there's any custom matches open. No rooms.
No rooms.
I don't know if Trashman is available. You said you had power issues earlier. We'll set up a lobby here if you guys want to hop in. Otherwise, we can always hop into ranked 2. Let's reset. Oh, whoops. Normal. Let's play normal. Okay. Public lobby here.
Yes.
What is the stage you're feeling for burst battle here, CJ?
Let's see. What about the dueling snakes? Yeah, Serpent Clash.
It's a popular one in burst battle.
Yeah.
At least in my experience. You guys should make those blocks that have passed by the timeline but aren't fully cleared more visible in leaderboard league. Blocks that have passed by the timeline. Oh,
right, where it's shown as an outline.
Right. So the blocks don't actually clear until there's no more squares left to clear, right? I think that's what Trashman's referring to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure if we'll get anyone in our custom lobby here.
You could always wade into matchmaking.
Yeah, let's see if we find a match. Otherwise, we'll hop into local. My rating's a little up there, so I might have trouble finding a match. But
true.
Not to stroke my ego or anything, but let's see. Otherwise, we'll turn up we'll see if Dave can come back with a vengeance here.
There you go.
Yeah, while you're waiting for a match, you could always browse the leaderboards, customize. I think you could still customize your block type, yeah.
Yeah. And you can just run around the multiplayer lobby and see other users who have recently logged in.
Yeah, generally, if you see somebody here, they were recently playing or are online playing, whether single player or multiplayer.
Yeah.
I like that Loomii setup there with the chef hat.
It's like a Pillsbury Doughboy.
Yeah. Got a Resman. These are of course, from our DLC. So if you have the not special edition, but the
Digital Deluxe.
Digital Deluxe add-on, you get some special enhanced avatars, and depending on your platform, we have Astrobot on PlayStation, and then Dave the Diver on Steam.
Yeah.
I don't see any Daves right now.
Hey, Dr. Wellround.
Welcome in.
Welcome on in.
Well, we'll play some local. We'll try ranked one more time, maybe after.
Okay.
We can dial it. We were on level 5. Let's make Dave a little challenging here. Let's test our limits. Do you want to turn on any fun settings here, CJ?
I mean, you could if you want. You could turn it all the way up.
Let's turn it up. Quick burst,
Quick,
long duration, slow gravity, mini chain blocks.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
All right.
It's good. Good setup. Good setup.
So our bursts will charge faster, last longer. There's gonna be a lot of burst here. We'll see how the computer handles this actually.
A lot of burst, yes. Dr. Wellround asking, will there be some more stuff in the future? Because I almost have every cosmetic in the game, only like 3 or 5 more to get, and I wish there was more to get. And then will there be another battle mode in the future, like a team-based battle mode or battle mode with effects from challenge mode? We don't have anything to say about additional content coming to the game, unfortunately. Oh my god, a 329 from Dave.
Really? Oh,
A
man.
319 from Austin.
battle.
Okay. Yeah. We got a battle.
Gotta speed up. Looks like Dave's locked out there.
Yeah, it got locked out at 189. All right. Huge burst from Austin, 388. Might
This
be the end
longer
for
burst
Dave.
makes me feel like the pro players we're watching on our Discord.
Yeah. Oh, Dave's already in burst, so they've fended off your attack for now. A little bit locked out. We're only gonna get a 173.
I'd be surprised if
enough.
he held that one.
Not enough.
The dark.
Such a good stage.
Yes. This song, more than any other song in the game, gets stuck in my head.
Definitely.
Personally. Probably the same for you. I know you love this stage too.
Yeah, for me, definitely. Looks like Dave's having a bit of trouble getting a larger burst going.
Yeah, this is probably a tough setting for Dave. The computers can maybe
Yeah.
struggle to get that larger burst sometimes.
$170 from Dave.
Go in the burst there. Sometimes I like to
Okay.
tank attacks a little bit and get rid of the garbage blocks after, although I might have done a little too much of that this time. We'll see.
Yeah, it might be a little challenging to do that. There we go.
Fortunately, we have some extra timeline sweeps here
That's also true.
to help me get out of this situation.
Nice. A 220 burst.
Uh-oh.
Dave is on 240, 254, 254.
Nice chain block there.
Yes, that did help.
Another chain block. Oh yeah, we have mini chain blocks on.
Yes, we do. One. Oh, 217. Oh! I didn't see what Dave did, but it was not a 280.
Because Dave is so fast outside of the burst. I like referring to Dave as a real person we're playing against here.
Yeah, exactly. Dr. Wellround asking if we're going to get an interview with the vocalists in the game. We are working on that, but I don't have an ETA.
Good question.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would love to hear any ideas you have regarding that kind of stuff. You know, we did do a developer roundtable not too long ago, which is parked on our YouTube.
Yeah.
But open to more ideas like that one.
certainly.
Actually went ahead and entered bursts there at an awkward time, just knowing my board was about to fill up.
Yeah, it is.
There we go.
Dave with a 247.
Uh-oh. Go. Oh, it might be toast. Tiebreaker.
Toast. All right.
Can't not lock in when this music comes in, CJ, so I gotta
So
bring
true.
it to Dave.
It's a very hype track right here. Dave has locked themselves out a little bit. And they weren't really focusing on their burst square either. I don't know what they were doing. Still not focusing on the burst square.
It's called Burst Battle, Dave.
Yeah, get with it, Dave. Come on. I think this is going to hurt them.
Yeah. Although they're
Well,
so
not
fast
as-
outside of
Not as
burst.
big as I thought it was going to be. Yeah. Might still hurt. But they're in burst already.
Almost accidentally topped out there.
That's not good. Yeah. Dave's struggling to unlock their burst. There we go. Unlocked. Gonna leave with a 181.
We actually balanced it out after all that.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, I'm going for the kill move here. I have a good feeling.
Okay. Gonna harpoon Dave. Hey, Matt is here, is in the chat.
Welcome in,
Welcome
Matt.
on in. 287. I think this might be the killing blow. Yeah.
Alright. Good try, Dave.
Yeah.
And that was only a level 8 computer, so you can get some good challenges in this.
Yes, you can.
All right. Well, I think we're 5 minutes out here. Maybe we can do a little cooldown mode here.
Sounds good.
Or you can see, we'll do... I doubt we'll find anyone in ranked here. Let's see. My player pool is limited.
One more trip around
Yeah.
the matchmaking pool.
We can hop on a quick burst, maybe try to walk through bursts a little bit more before we hop off. But,
Yeah.
so yeah, get in there, contribute to that goal. We're going to try to hit 1.2 million points contributed this weekend. And we're almost about a third of the way there, so...
Very nice. Definitely want to get that dugong head.
Yeah, and if you are intimidated by multiplayer, still hop in here and play, you know, some of these awesome single-player modes, which I vibe out to these modes all the time, whether I'm on my Steam Deck or whatever. But yeah, time attack and dig down and the quick burst all contribute to that weekend Lumii Live goal if you're trying to get the special headpiece.
Yep.
than a quick burst to cool down here. Although it is on eggshells, which is high tempo.
True.
Yeah, good thing to practice in quick burst because it is just pure sandboxes. Try to keep your board low, right? Like, take your time and think through some of these things. Kind of like survival in a way.
Yeah. What about trying to build a burst from scratch, like from the very first block?
Yeah, because we were talking about we always like to spam blocks. Let's just reset, and we're gonna go into burst with an empty board here.
Do it.
All right. It just this is so weird for me.
When we first got builds of the game with this mode in it, I remember like immediately going into burst and then not being happy with what I could get from scratch. An 83, that's quite good. That's quite good.
Yeah. Versus, versus it's your best friend in journey mode if you're new to the game because it helps you survive, and I'll show you why. We're gonna get a super messy board. We're not even thinking about it. Well, I'm getting lucky with my placements here, but
You're getting very lucky.
oh my god,
Too lucky.
I'm a pro gamer apparently. Let's see. Okay, let's get a little messy.
I think the many chains carried over
yeah.
to this.
So now every time we kind of add to this perfect square, it's going to get rid of the opposing block. So just really naturally is going to like easily become a large square here.
Yeah. Of course, the timeline moving very fast because it is on eggshells.
Yeah. So it's bigger.
But you can see 133 compared to 87.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an interesting challenge. Try to get a large burst from scratch here.
From nothing, yeah. That would be an interesting... I'd love to see what people on the Discord could do.
Yeah, we can show that next live stream if you guys did go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah,
I'd be curious.
yeah. Hmm.
So I guess our first block placement, we're just going to press burst. It really is kind of a speed thing, I guess, and also you need to get lucky.
That's true.
Oops.
Need that RNG.
I think I'm locked out.
I mean, you're locked out, yeah. You're about to unlock. There we go. 73. All right.
I think I got two 73s. All right, wait. I want to break 100. Let's see if we can break 100. Wait.
You didn't press. You didn't
It's just so
first.
unintuitive for me. Yeah, I just can't do it. Oh, I got a good start here.
Yeah, that was a much better start. The RNG there
Yeah.
definitely favoring you this run.
There we go.
122. All right. That was good. Yes.
This is a weird challenge. It's like breaking how I'm
You
thinking about
didn't
burst
you didn't
here.
hit you didn't hit burst.
Yeah, I was like, I want to
Oh,
get
okay.
actual burst here, but we'll do one more. It's part of the fun.
That's right.
It seems to be good if you start with these 4x4s or 2x2s, excuse me.
A full block.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just have to tap so much.
Mm.
This one's looking good, actually. It might be better.
Could
Got
be
locked out there, unfortunately. It might have been.
Locked out. 110.
Okay. Well, that's a weird challenge of Luminous Arise there. The unoptimal way to play burst. But
Yes. Yes.
okay, I think we're at time here. So thank you everyone that stopped by to hang out. This will be parked on the YouTube if you wanted to take a look at any strategies afterwards, or coming back to it. But yeah, I hope you all have a good weekend. Hop into the Weekend Lumii Live, contribute to the goal here, and get your Dugong avatar headpiece.
Yes.
And yeah, like CJ said, if you're new to the game, or any enhanced game really, just hop into discord.gg/enhanced, and you can play with other players from our community, whether it's Luminous, Tetris Effect, Rez, Humanity, and so on. So
Yeah.
Well, yeah, any final thoughts here, CJ?
No, just continue playing Luminous. Introduce your friends to Luminous, family into Luminous. Like, spread the word.
Yes.
And get more people into it. We'd love to have more people in the Luminous community.
Yeah, bring a PS5 and a copy of Luminous to your next family cookout this weekend, and introduce the game. But
or a Switch with Luminous Remastered.
Right. Yeah. But everyone have a good weekend. Play some games. Play some enhanced games. And we will see you in 2 weeks here for Luminous. So,
yes.
bye for now.
Bye-bye.